It's a big word, hard for people to understand, but sometimes finding your purpose is a journey. You've got to love what you do. I bet you've heard that a million times, but what does it actually mean? And in practical reality, how can you make that happen? Here are a few tips that I've learned along the way in my entrepreneurial journey to make sure that I love what I do. The first is understanding the difference between enjoying the day-to-day and not necessarily every day being perfect. I do things in my present project that I don't enjoy. That's part of life. Whether it's going to the toilet, I don't know if that's an appropriate one or not, or whether it's actually having to go get the shopping. These things are not necessarily fun, but they do lead to an end game. Getting the shopping leads to nutrition, which keeps you alive. But of course, in business, the small things can add up to a successful company. So how can you ensure you love what you do? I think it comes from purpose. It's a big word, hard for people to understand, but sometimes finding your purpose is a journey. So for me, I left school at 15, as many of you know, and started a company. I didn't know that would eventually lead me to my purpose. My first business was not my purpose, it was a gardening company. But I learned entrepreneurship, which later on taught me how to teach you to be an entrepreneur, which is now my purpose. So how can you make sure that you get to your purpose? Well, one element is, for example, outsourcing the things you don't enjoy. Too many people work on the things that they don't love. My formula is I figure out how to do the things I don't love so I can do them if I have to, but then outsource them to people that love that thing that I don't love doing. That's definitely one of the tricks. The other side of it is you can in fact hedge the way your business turns out so that you love it. Now, I'm talking a lot here about your own business, but maybe right now you're working for someone else. In fact, a lot of people are working for someone else and don't even realize it. I'm outside the YouTube studios here in London. We are talking to these companies about how they operate and understand what they do. And one of the things I've noticed about people that work with YouTube is quite often they don't realize they're working for YouTube. Because it doesn't really matter if you work for someone else or work for yourself. If you love what you do, you love what you do. And so if you're working for YouTube, creating content that makes them money and makes you money, then enjoy it. Some people's frame of mind is they're working for themselves when they're making content for YouTube. Like, that's how I feel. Other people will see it negatively and think I'm working for someone else. It doesn't matter in the end. I am an advocate of you working for yourself. But what I'm really saying is love what you do. If you love my insights or find anything I had to say useful, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and give me a share. Let other people know there's content out there that's free and useful that might well be able to help them love what they do.